Hi guys, welcome back to the Sicilian Revival. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a relegation six-pointer against Salernitana, and we follow it up with a cup tie against Spezia. Since you were last with us, we have actually finally won a game. Um, we've been pretty decent overall, if truth be told. A 1-0 draw at home against Torino, a 1-0 draw away against Empoli, a 3-2 win at home against Frosinone, two goals in the space of a minute for Mamadou Ba, securing the 3 points there for us. But then we went away against Perugia and we didn't play well at all. We didn't even look like scoring, if truth be told, and we lost by 2 goals to 0. As such, we're still 10th in the league, but there is a clear gap between the good teams and the not so good teams in this division. And as you can see, the top seven, I mean, Lazio sat in seventh place on 27 points. They're 13 points behind league leaders AC Milan and Napoli. But behind Lazio are Fiorentina on 19 points, and we're sat a little bit further down on 17th. So we're holding that mid-table area at the moment, but it could so easily change. I mean, goal difference is very, very close amongst a lot of these teams. If we lose today against Salernitana, they could very easily leapfrog us in the table as well. They're 3 points behind us with a better goal difference, so they could actually go above us. And depending on how other results go throughout the coming fixtures, it could be quite close. We do have two games in hand over Torino, who are a point behind us, and also Cagliari, who we are 5 points ahead of at the moment. But that defeat against Perugia hopefully will wake us up a little bit. But the problem we've got is a few players in the squad are unhappy about the amount of play time, and as such, it is starting to affect morale a little bit in the squad. James Jacobson came back from his loan spell. He played a few games, but he wasn't interested in extending his loan deal, so he is back in and amongst the first team squad for the time being. Um, Hadza is quite happy with his game time at the moment, so that has improved. But Bettini and Harder both want more game time, and at the moment, with the likes of Sacco and Hiralainen playing as they are, they just can't get any starts in the side at the moment. Cannon still wants a new contract, but he's refusing to discuss terms now because he's unhappy that we didn't agree to his contractual terms last time out. Mayenda wants to be loaned out, so we've put him on the loan list, and Mlakar still awaits his first goal for the club as well. I'm hoping it'll come soon. He hasn't started too many games, but Mamadou Ba is such a key player for us. Mlakar will get his chance at some point, but it is going to be tough for him to actually get a start in the side. He might start in the cup game, to be honest, against Spezia. I mean, Spezia down in Serie B or Serie C, I'm not too sure which, we might rotate a little bit and give some of our fringe players an opportunity. But first and foremost, we need to get into this cup tie, get into this league game, I beg your pardon, and just really try to get a result. It is very important that we do. We've already, in my opinion, to be honest, we've got more points than we would have anticipated. We've been tough to beat in a number of matches as well. And I'm just hoping that we can continue doing what we're doing. If we can get a result again today, it would go a long way to helping our cause for survival in the league. And with a number of teams not playing particularly well, obviously I think it's 6 points ahead of Perugia. I think it was near the bottom in the relegation zone there or thereabouts. If we can get a bit of a gap, it would be nice. And Mamadou Ba, that is a dreadful strike from him. He had time to take a touch there and pick his spot, but he decided to just flash a shot across goal, and fortunately, it didn't really go particularly well. And Salernitana, as well as a couple of other clubs down the bottom of the table, they've changed their managers recently, so there's a lot of resurgence in a couple of these lower placed clubs at the moment. And unfortunately, Salernitana have taken the lead here. It's a Fastin own goal. The ball was played across, and Fastin did get there ahead of the attacker, but could only convert into an own goal. And fortunately, because players are unhappy, it's proven to be quite difficult. And Bettini and Harder are players that we need to keep as well. We can't offload them just because they're unhappy. We need the Italian players in the squad. And Malejo is in, and there is goal number 2. And we are absolutely falling apart here. We're going to berate the team straight away. 50 minutes in against the side that we we got good results against last season, and we're not playing well at all. We're not performing. Well, we're not. Yeah, put it simply, we're not performing at all. No attempts at goal whatsoever, and we find ourselves 2-0 down and deserving to get beat here. 7 attempts at goal and 2 on target from Salernitana. We haven't had a single shot. And we will really get stuck into the lads at half time, and hopefully we can wake up a little bit and at least try and get a goal. We are at home, of course. We should be doing better. Our home games are so important, but it's just not happening today. And Salernitana are putting the pressure on once again. Take Petty back to Navarro, looking over the top, and Pereira's beaten the defensive line, and we just about managed to clear. But again, just no support, and the strike from distance almost went in, really. And it remains 2-0. But again, we're not looking creative at all. And it goes a little bit against how we've been playing in certain games, if truth be told. But because players are unhappy again, the morale of the squad is dwindling slightly. And because we're not winning regularly, that is having a bit of an effect as well. We need to pick it up, though. Can we find a way to get going? We're going to Camden here into the penalty area, finds Banzuzi, and we have a goal back. We're going to demand more as well. We've got a goal back. We've got something that we can work with now. We can build on it, hopefully, as the second half goes on. I'm quite happy to take a point at this stage, but it is going to be very difficult to get right back into this game. But if we can, it will be a huge confidence boost, if truth be told. There's 1 or 2 poor performances out there, but you know, we've got the best team out that we possibly can at the moment, and we are hopefully going to find a way back into it. We're going to drop a bit of encouragement to the side as Higo swings in a corner toward that far post. And there is a header. It's off the woodwork, and Danny Silva clears, and Pereira picks it up and comes down this left-hand side. Maleo in possession there. Very close to an equaliser off the woodwork. And we're going to make a couple of changes here, I think. Banzuzi's the man that's got the goal. So we will leave him on. Higo hasn't had the best of games, so we'll take him off and we'll bring Mlakar on for an opportunity. Both of our holding midfielders are on yellow cards. I don't want to risk any red cards. We've had that issue before. Donati is going to come off. Fasting can go out to right back, and we will get Carstens on at centre back as well for that little bit of experience. We've got one change that we can make still, but we will hold off on that for now. Can we find a way to get ourselves level? Bar into Camden. Just holds on to it, lays back to Isaac Torre. Forward to Harder. That's a good pass. Camden in behind, gets the strike away, and it comes off the foot of Kuhn in the Salernitana goal. And again, we're just dropping a bit unlucky sometimes. They were chances that we were scoring last year. We need to find our way through to get these goals, scoring regularly again. Cole making a good claim from that corner, unfortunately. And again, we will drop some encouragement to the side. We've started to pick it up here. We'll knock it forward, and Carsten's header, unfortunately, goes wide. It was a looping header. Cone was flapping for it, but couldn't get to it. And it is done. De Klerk's going to come on for the last few moments at left back. Can we get a goal? Can we grab an equaliser? It'd be a very important point from our point of view. And now Harder plays it out to De Klerk. Opportunity for him just to get a bit of a run out, really. And now Harder into the penalty area, gets brought down. De Klerk's cross, and it's fallen for Camden, and somehow again the goalkeeper gets himself in the way. It's a very good piece of goalkeeping. De Klerk into Banzuzi, and again Cone manages to keep it out. Somehow we've not drawn level. Bettini's delivery, Torre at the far post, can't get there. Mlakar picks it up, plays it inside to Harder, and now De Klerk into Bettini. Back to De Klerk. We don't want him taking a shot. It's a great delivery. Suazo managing to clear. Nordin gets it out for a throw. What a delivery that was, but unfortunately the striker just couldn't get onto it. And De Klerk now with the throw into Bettini. Back to De Klerk. Bettini again. We're keeping the pressure on. Come on, can we get that equaliser? We deserve it based on the second half performance. Harder's delivery. Mamadou Ba was in there, and again, they managed to get it clear, Salernitana. It was a long highlight, but we just couldn't find a way. Seconds left here. De Klerk looking for Banzuzi, and again, it's not quite finding its target. And now Bettini into Torre. And now Fasten in space. Now Camden. Over the top. Banzuzi! That's a great finish. Ezekiel Banzuzi with the goal. Has he stayed onside? Has he stayed onside? He's not. We deserved the equaliser, but Banzuzi couldn't stay onside. And in the end, we've deserved to win a game. It's not happened regularly, but we deserve to win the game. And unfortunately, it's ended in defeat. We've had the majority of possession. We created more chances. And we've just dropped unlucky right at the death. He was just offside. And is the morale of the side starting to take effect? Salernitana go above us. We're down to 13th place now. We've still got a 6-point gap to that bottom three. So we're not exactly in danger massively at the moment. But those are the kind of games we needed to be winning. That's 2 defeats against 2 sides threatened with relegation. And they were games that we needed to win. If you get 2 victories in those 2 games rather than 2 defeats, it looks completely different. And you're looking pretty much safe. But unfortunately, they've not gone our way. The Perugia game was poor. But the Salernitana game, I think we've dropped a little bit unlucky. And hopefully going into the cup tie against Spezia, we will rotate because, let's be honest, the league is our main focus. Hopefully we'll come back and get a good result in the cup, but rotation is ahead. So we'll see how we get on momentarily. Okay, guys, here we go for the cup tie against Spezia. They are down in Serie B, and they're currently sat in 6th place, so they're not having a bad season, if truth be told. It is going to be a bit of a tougher game, if I'm being honest, but we are looking at rotating a bit as well and giving some of our other players an opportunity to perform for us. We will make the double change in central midfield as well. We'll give Harder and Bettini starts in there today. Banzuzi will miss out as well. And Higo will start. Mlakar is going to start up front. And in terms of defence, we're going to rotate in there as well. And it's just going to be a case of seeing how we get on, really. And like I say, just hope for the best. Hadza, we're going to start at centre back with Jakobsen, and De Klerk can start at left back. And we will give a start for Nunziante in goal over Brazil. Again, I'm not massively fussed about the cup. It'd be nice to have a cup run, don't get me wrong, but I think it's important that we give these other players an opportunity today. It will be good for them to get a start, first and foremost, but the key thing for me is trying to get Mlakar on the score sheet. And Spezia did have the beating of us last time out, but if we can get a goal out of Mlakar, even if we get beat today, I will be very happy because it'll take the pressure off him a little bit as well. He's still waiting for a first goal in 13 appearances. This being, I think, his first start though. So we'll see how it goes. The attacking midfield of Capetti, Higo and Rahman. We've seen them be creative before. Hopefully they can do so to get again today. Nunziante, reserving judgment on him. Brazil has maintained his spot as the #1 goalkeeper. But Nunziante were brought in for the future. Largely, he's 21 years of age. He's more than capable of playing in Serie A, even at the current level that he's at. And saying that, we have just conceded. Strelic with the goal. It was a very well worked goal by Spezia. Bit of a counter attack, and we find ourselves behind. Bit disappointed in the way we reacted to losing possession, because basically we didn't. Higo knocking it in, and Hadja with the header goes over the crossbar. Dragowski not really tested. It's been quite an even game so far, to be fair. But again, we're lacking attempts on target. And considering we've got basically a front four, you'd think we'd be having more attempts at goal, wouldn't you? But it does seem to be a bit of a difficulty at the moment. Here's Van den Boomen playing it out wide to Gangemi. Swings it in, and Cissé's there with a free header. And Cissé has converted. It's 2-0 to Spezia. And we're going to head out of the cup. There's no doubt about it. We are performing quite poorly. And this is an opportunity for some of these lads, remember. And they need to really gather themselves together. A couple of them, like I say, complaining that they're not playing regularly, and yet look at the performances they're putting in today. It is not good enough. And once again, a highlight goes to Spezia and Brown into Van den Boomen and back to Guarino. And it's just all Spezia. We're not even getting close. And again, we needed to rotate purely to give the lads an opportunity, but Nunziante's not covering himself in glory either. But defensively, we have been shocking today. And it's making my mind up on the quality of one or two of these players, to be honest, because they're clearly not good enough. And I'm going to make the double change at centre back, get Faston and Toure on, just for the sake of it. Bettini can come on as well, come off, sorry, along with Harder. We'll get Hiralainen and Sacco on there, and Higo is injured, so we will bring Banzuzi on for him, and that will be our 5 changes. And hopefully we can just show a little bit of something, because this has been absolutely shocking today. And it's starting to look a little bit worse for wear, unfortunately. And Spezia are in behind again with Strelec, and he's hit the underside of the crossbar. There was a hint of offside there, but I don't think it was. And we're just second to everything at the moment. The changes do have strengthened the team, of course, but you know, it's poor. We need to be able to rotate, knowing that we've got a chance of winning. And looking at this performance, we really don't. And we have to really wake up here as Mlakar gets in, and there is the goal we've been waiting for. I really hope he's stayed on side. I think he has, judging by the way he's running back to the halfway line with the ball. He's certainly on a mission, and he has finally scored his first goal for the club. It's a big moment for him, and like I said before, if we get beat, I don't mind as long as Mlakar gets his goal, and he's took it very well, to be honest. Hiralainen with the assist. We're not exactly back in the cup tie, but we have got a goal back, and it's 3-1. And the changes in midfield have clearly strengthened our resolve. And with 20 minutes to go, again, we'll demand a bit more from the side, and hopefully we can make the last quarter of an hour interesting if we can get another goal back, as Samek lays it across to Kalina. Plays it out wide to Yao Oliveira. And again, no pressure on the ball, really. And I mean, Rahman was there and he just didn't even try and win the challenge. Bit of a strange one. Hiralainen doing well to intercept there ahead of Anderson. Now Capecci switches it to de Klerk, and now Sacco. Coming down this left-hand side, that's a lovely pass into Rahman. He squares it, and Capecci is there, and it's 3-2 now. And all of a sudden, we're waking up a little bit. Hiralainen and Sacco proving very instrumental following the substitutions into the match here. Hiralainen with an assist, Sacco with a lovely pass there, Rahman with the assist into the penalty area, and Capecci makes it 3-2. We are now back in this cup tie. We don't deserve to be by any means, but all of a sudden, we're starting to turn the screw a little bit. Can we potentially get an equaliser here? Banzuza into Capecci. Charging down the right-hand side. Again, not really under too much pressure in relation to a challenge coming. That's a good switch of play. Sacco, Banzuzi into de Klerk. The left back plays it in. Mlakar is there and it's off the post. I'm not too sure if Dragowski got a touch on it, but Mlakar hits the post, and that was potentially the chance for our equaliser. We're going to drop some encouragement here. All of a sudden, morale's building up again. The players are looking a bit happier. We're trying to get that equaliser. It's ended in defeat, but at least we made a game of it. And good goals from Lakar and Capecci. Very positive that they managed to get on the score sheet. But again, we changed the midfield back to our regular pairing of Hiralainen and Sacco. And look what happened. We started to score again. And, you know, Bettini and Harder want to play more games. They need to perform a lot better than what they did today. They really, really do. And in terms of games going forward, I mean, it's very, very tight in that mid-table area at the moment. We're nearly halfway through the season. If we get halfway and we don't get any more points, we are behind on the ratio. So we need to pick it up a little bit, really. Going forward, I mean, obviously we've had 3 defeats in a row now. We've got tough games with Atalanta and, I mean, Udinese and Sassuolo are in and around the mid-table area at the moment. We'll probably get through a few games. I'm looking at probably Genoa and Bologna at the end of January. Um, but then, of course, we've got that run of tough games again. Roma, Milan, Juventus and Napoli all in February. It's a dreadful month for us, that one. We need to get some wins in the meantime. So we'll get 5 games done and out of the way. Genoa and Bologna to come tomorrow. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.